Let's talk about confidence. What does it mean to be truly confident in yourself, in others, or even in the path that you're taking? In her new book, Gravitas, The 8 Strengths That Redefine Confidence, Lisa Sun challenges the way we are measuring confidence and helps women discover their own unique version of it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I am so excited to chat with you about all of these things. First of all, you say that we have the wrong definition of confidence. Can you explain what you mean by that?
When someone says to you, be more confident, you think stand on a stage, be assertive, bravado, swagger. Yeah. If you look it up in the dictionary, it has nothing to do with that. It's an understanding and appreciation of your own abilities. So it's an inner belief before it becomes an outward expression.
That is so powerful. I even need a moment to process that because it's true.
Changes your whole mind when you think about it, right?
It really does. So your first review as a business analyst went like this. Listen to this, my friends. Lisa comes across as young and overly enthusiastic at times. She should seek to have more gravitas.
I didn't even know what the word meant. By the way, I was 22 years old.
My goodness. Well, was that review kind of what started you thinking about women and how we view confidence?
Yeah, feedback is a gift, right? I took it in the best possible way that, you know what, I need to go on this journey for 23 years to understand what it really meant. And one of the things that I discovered was gravitas is not an act. You can't perform it.
It's true.
You really have to believe it before other people believe it about you too. And that's what I spent 23 years from boardrooms to dressing rooms trying to help women discover.
I think it's so important. I mean, I really wish, I feel like the gravitas also comes with age.
Yes.
How do we tell our young daughters and our 22-year-olds, how do we tell them to have gravitas?
Well, we are born fully self-confident. If you've ever spent time with a 5-year-old,
yes,
they'll tell you right away they're the best at soccer, the best at hugs, they're the best at everything.
That's true.
And then in our adolescence, we experience setback, disappointment. In my book, in chapter 2, we talk about 6 forces that hold us back from confidence. And that's just life, right? That happens in our 16, 17, 18-year-old selves. And as adults, we have to make a choice to see the best in ourselves. And that's very hard work to do.
Yeah.
I wish I could go back to my 20-year-old self and gift myself this book.
Seriously?
I would have had a lot more fun in my 20s and 30s.
I would have, and I probably would have gotten further faster believing in myself. So it's a choice, I get that. Why do we think women today have a hard time knowing their value? And can we change that?
Well, I think part of it is on us, right? Part of it is we have a deficit mindset. When you look in the mirror, you see your wrinkles and not your beautiful eyes. We compare ourselves to others. We try to be superheroes and pretend that we have it all together. Part of it is the system. There is real systemic bias that we have to acknowledge, asymmetrical systems of power that work against us. By the way, the scorecard wasn't created for us or by us. And so part of the imposter syndrome we hear about, it's not our fault. I do think we can do the work though, but self-love is very hard to do, and that's why I wrote this book.
You wrote that the loudest voice in the room isn't always the most confident or capable, which is so true. Do you think this society places more of a value on those who talk the loudest? I mean, I remember certainly in many of a newsroom, those who were the loudest kind of got heard the most.
Well, as my mom likes to say, when tsunamis happen, men make speeches, women clean up the beaches. Let's get credit for cleaning up the beaches.
Yes!
And that's what we did. We did a quantitative study, 1,000 women plus 32 focus groups. One of the focus groups was here in Seattle. And we identified 8 types of confidence. Not just one, not just stand on a stage. 2 of them are leading and performing. That's what most books are written about.
Right.
Less than 20% of women have those. Does that mean 80% of us aren't allowed to feel good about ourselves?
Right.
The 80%, what we have is we have achieving, knowing, we get things done. We're the smartest person in the room. Giving, believing, we support others, we believe in the future. And so those qualities actually drive incredible results in the world. We just need to start getting credit for them.
Right.
But we have to take credit first.
We have to give ourselves credit.
We have to pat ourselves on the back before we can receive the compliment.
I'm here for this. I am here for this. You are getting me fired up today. So what are some of the superpowers that can help anyone increase their comfort level in feeling this and in moving into this space, this claiming your own gravitas?
Well, we have a website, myconfidencelanguage.com. You can go today and take the quiz and discover which of the 8 you have. My mom has all 8. She said, I take the quiz, I have all 8.
Of course,
2% of women do have all 8. But what's interesting is when you see it, you can't unsee it. So you might be able to stand in the power that says, you know what? My superpower is achieving and knowing. I get things done. I'm the smartest person in the room. Those are the women from Hidden Figures, by the way.
Yes.
3 black women at NASA. How were they confident? They were the smartest women in the room. Stand in
right.
that power. But what we did find, we tested a few situations in life, like leveling up, persuading others, handling criticism and objection. There's a few qualities like self-sustaining. I like myself. I don't need to impress you. That you might need to build or develop to get through those tougher moments.
Okay. Other than grabbing this book and reading it right away, what is something that you can give everyone today to start building a more confident self?
Stop saying sorry. We say sorry so many times when we haven't done anything wrong. And that is proof that women live in a deficit mindset. If you say thank you instead of sorry, it's the easiest thing you can do today. So instead of sorry I took up all your time, thank you so much for giving me your time. Sorry I bumped into you. Thank you so much, excuse me, right? There's so many times we say sorry when we haven't done anything wrong.
I want to tattoo that on my arm. I'm not kidding.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Before I let you go, I can't let you go without mentioning you also own a clothing line that is incredible. I've actually worn your clothing.
With Armoire.
With Armoire, because you partnered with another awesome female CEO in Seattle. Tell us about that. How did Gravitas start?
Gravitas started, and we're 0 to 28W, size inclusive. And the reason we did it is because I want to have everyone have a reminder to believe themselves. Dumbo did not need a feather to fly, but it reminded him that he could. So our clothes are meant to catalyze confidence. What I'm wearing today, it's the newspaper print from the day women got the right to vote. And it's made in our New York City factory. It does take 4 to 6 weeks to make, but you support a local job by wearing it.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I wanna have this. This is amazing.
We're the most valuable player in your closet. I don't need to own 100% of your closet. I just wanna be the one that's the conversation starter.
Well, and that's just it. And so many things about your brand and the clothing, it's all about the confidence. It's all about feeling and wearing. And I've worn some of the dresses here on the set and felt more confident.
It's how you feel. It's not about how other people see you. If you feel your best, other people will see it. That's not why we're getting dressed up. That's not why we're doing this work. We're doing this work for ourselves first. I have so many questions to ask you about building a clothing business alone. I know that couldn't have been easy, but we're out of time, so you have to come back. I will come back next trip.
All right, please come back. We cannot wait to chat again. This has been absolutely inspiring. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, your wisdom, and for the new book.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.